exciting.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the NLNP podcast, episode 9. As you can tell in the background, we have a giddy cast today. So let's go over some introductions first. We have with us, I'm actually going to introduce him first because he did such a good job of pretty much holding up the entire team last week, and I was really impressed that he did such a good job. So, for Mana, what's up, dude?
What? What's up, guys?
What, you think I was going to say somebody else?
He was like, oh, me?
Oh, right, Bearded Knight Carl. Yeah, he was here too. And I think he did something with something or other, but we'll save that for another day.
Save your mom for another night.
Wow! That was
so cruel.
Anyway, what's up, for Mana?
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
I know you're tired, and I'm sure anyone who will go ahead and figure that one out for themselves will understand why. So anyway, we also have Mofo.
What's up?
What's going on, man? We can actually hear you. We're really excited to be able to hear you.
Yeah.
I know it's really hard to. A lot of people were like, "Who is that new guy?" I was like, "No, it's just Mofo. Got a new mic. No big deal. Don't worry about it."
Yep.
And we also have Blackula.
Hola.
Going hard in the arena there. I have his screen up for you guys so you can see that. And we also have with us today Trey. Trey is going to be our guest today. What's going on, man?
Ouch. Yo, what's up?
Great to have you here.
Great to be back.
Yeah, man. So, anyway, I guess we're going to go over some of the stuff that we didn't get to go over last week, including the Farlon 6-star, that part of the group that came out. So we're talking like Signis, we're talking Farlon, we're talking... Who was the other one? Sodus. And I think we're going to go ahead and start out with Signis because we have Signis up here on Blackula's screen already. So
Okay.
I want to know about Signis, and I want to know anybody who's done anything with her. And I know that sounds terrible, but listen.
Yeah,
I need to know where she's been before I want to put her in my squad. That's all I need to know.
She's hiding her chest.
Okay.
So,
But no, if you look carefully, you can tell that she is a girl.
yeah.
I don't know if anyone caught that.
She's a
Well, it's
very
in the
weird
brain.
girl.
So yeah, tell me about Signis. I want to know, is she worth it? Is she decent? Or am I going to be like, why did I raise up this unit?
I'd give her decent. I think she's a very powerful unit for a water mono squad due to her really excellent leader skill, adding attack to the water units with an SBB. But besides that, I guess I'm missing something.
Well, another thing about her is, at least until the next batch of new units come, Signis right now is at least for water units, is the hardest hitting water unit, and I actually have a breaker Signis, so I can pull that up right quick. Her attack is extremely high. When you put a sphere on her, she's coming almost 3k attack. Oh, hold on, I gotta wicked plate. Hold on. Let me take that off of her.
I think she's 24, give or take, raw breaker.
Yeah,
Well, unless mine got the short end of the stick, I got like 2.3. Like I was talking to Farlon about this. My units seem to always get the short end of the stick whenever we get level up. The category, not type, I seem to always be on the lower end whenever I'm just leveling up.
So as far as Signis is concerned, are we looking for a higher attack with her, or are we looking for other stats?
Well, her defense isn't that good.
Nope.
Yeah.
Her defense is pretty poor, and that's why you'll see. I also had a Guardian one as well, which I actually would recommend go Guardian because she definitely could use defense, and she'll be able to top 2k defense with a sphere. But as you can see, even her like lower defense is around, I think, 15 maybe.
Yeah.
1.5k, and her Guardian is 1.7. But you put a sphere on her, and she can finally get over 2k defense.
So as of right now, she's kind of squishy. But let me ask you this:
Yep.
is she going to be a little more viable once the stat imps are dropped?
Well,
Yeah,
let's
definitely.
look at the categories.
Absolutely.
Cygnus, it looks like she gets all of her main increase in the recovery area. So I mean, if you add 240 to her other stats, I mean, for the most part, she'll have like 1.7k.
Okay,
Her
and that's with the spear.
her guardian, even with that, still won't top like 2k until you put a sphere on it. You know,
Mhm.
looking at this, it'd only be like 1.9k. So it's so it's still in the defense area, maybe not as much as we'd like to hope.
Yeah. So anything that hits
Yeah,
like a truck, you're pretty much going to try and stay away from.
Yeah.
yeah. And in my opinion too,
Yeah.
if stat imps come out, the best type will always be anima. Just
Okay,
because
just
you
Yeah.
don't have to worry about recovery anymore.
because you can automatically go ahead and fix that problem.
And not
And
only
Yeah,
hopefully they'll be a little easier to get to.
that,
yeah.
Yeah.
but like looking at Cygnus, because I mean, for everyone is different, and looking at her max, well, what Puck likes to call max pimp, she gets most of her stats. They give it to her in her recovery area, so that's definitely going to help her anima if you have one.
And do you want to explain what you just said? The max.
Okay, for those of you that are looking on and you're looking at the unit info that we have pulled up, you got a road down there that's called Max Pimp, and what it is when we finally get the stat imps to global, as you fuse these to these units, you'll be able to increase that particular um, attribute a maximum of what's shown here. So HP maximum will increase by 750 once you fuse enough of those. I don't know how much one imp gives, but once you fuse enough of that, it maxes out at 750, and then you can't go any higher. And then it's her attack, you can increase it by 240. Her defense you can increase by 240, and then her recovery you can increase by 420. And these numbers are not the same for every unit. Every unit has a different uh, stat for that allocated for that unit. So as we can see, her recovery is generally low. So it looks like they decided to want to help her out mainly in that area. So you can see her recovery can go up by 420, whereas her attack and defense only go up by 240.
Okay. So in other words, this is going to be very helpful for people who are going to have a hard time getting getting their hands on some stat imps, whether they're just lower in Frontier Hunter, so they won't be getting them from there, or if they just, in general, don't have the flexibility to be able to do that. So, very useful stat there. Thank you again, Sam. You're always helping us out with that stuff.
I think for free players who haven't beat it yet, that leader skill will come in handy for Vargas.
Okay.
Because that damage reduction and damage towards them, if you're a free player, would be useful.
Mm-hmm. And have you taken on Vargas yet?
Not yet.
What do you plan on running?
Mono water. Signis, Carl, Elmo, Reese, and Lancia?
Now,
Bring
here's another
gems.
thing about Cygnus that would help you in that dungeon is once you unlock her super brave burst, now she can actually raise the attack of the water units.
Mm-hmm.
It's very helpful. So I wish that she was out at that time. The only thing is, I'm wondering, like we were talking about before, that low defense is the only thing that kind of shies me away, because we already know that Vargas hits like a truck as is, as do the other units in that dungeon. But having the overall help from the leader skill and the brave burst should be able to nullify that, hopefully.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I say when you actually are ready that we go ahead and put it on here when you actually run the Vargas dungeon, because I'm really interested in
Yeah.
seeing your buddy Carl
Yeah.
get his face smashed in.
Bring gems, Carl. Bring
I'm
gems, buddy.
going to let everyone else on my team die but Carl, just so you can kill Vargas.
I think you need barbecue chicken on there too. Just for nostalgia's sake, I'm just saying. All
By
right,
the
so
way,
yeah,
let's not forget about injury. She can inflict injury, which is a
right.
good.
Yeah.
Always very helpful. That's going to
Lessens their
save you from a
attack.
ton of damage. So, is there anywhere else she's useful other than the Vargas dungeon? Or are we just kind of chalking it up to that?
I like using her breaker version in Arena just because of the fact that she hits so hard.
She does hit pretty hard.
She will definitely run one-shot a lot of. You put the right spray on her, she will definitely one-shot a lot of units, regardless of element.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's interesting the way that Arena is starting to go, where it's not all just like, okay, I have 5 of this unit, or I have 4 of this unit and 1 other leader. It's kind of there's a little bit more of a mix and match starting to trickle into the global version, which is what you see a lot in the Japanese version. So I'm really excited to see where it goes from here, because there's going to be basically a lot of options open to people as far as what they want to run. And like you said, like instances like right here, you have a breaker Signis that's going to hit like a truck, and you're going to use her for that reason. So there's going to be plenty more units on the way that are going to be able to do the exact same thing. All right, so let's go on to Sodas. Now, has anyone actually done anything with Sodas so far? Because I sure as hell haven't. And I personally can't think of a reason to. I don't know if you guys have a reason to, or if you have an idea for him.
I have a Sodas that I maxed out, and pretty much Sodas is waiting for Zelha's 6-star as far as for when I am going to use him. So I'm
Can
just
you
going to
explain
get him ready. Well, as we know, when Zelha's 6-star comes out, she's got a 30 hit AoE attack, but unlike Luther and Doug, she lacks the spark damage increase. She has status effects, but damage-wise, she can't really do as much damage like the other two that I just mentioned because of that. And this is where Sodas will come in. Let's see, where is it? Which one is it? In that Sodas's Super Brave Burst, he increases spark damage, and he will increase attack for light units. So she gets a little double bonus there. The fact that she's a light unit, she'll get her light attack increase, but she will receive that spark damage increase that she so desperately needs.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'll be playing with Solis when Maxwell comes out. Might make a good monolite unit. But other than that, his leader skill isn't really that good. I think, in my opinion, it's pretty counterproductive in a way, because for example, when Magras Dungeon or Atro Dungeon comes out, you're what do you call this? You're trading a 50 damage increase to the face for a 15% reduction to dark damage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't weigh as much compared to the elements that beat one element outright. It doesn't work as well with light and dark.
Yeah.
Plus, for the overall kit of his SBB, it's just not as good. Like, he has the same problem as Leoron, wherein he has a really good kit, he has everything, and then his hit count is just so low, and his BC required is so high. So he needs a lot of other units to make him effective, which is why I'm not gonna rate him very high, just because of that. But overall, he's a very good support unit for any light team that wants him, and he's also pretty solid stat-wise.
Yeah, his stats seem to
Yeah,
be
absolutely. Great stats.
nice HP, not bad on the attack and defense. And like we said before, when the stat imps come out, he's going to get some help too.
And
Okay.
he has a horse.
And he
why
has
I'm-
a horse.
That's why Formano likes him.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
Oh.
I don't know if that's like an inside joke or if we ever talked about it on the podcast about.
I'm
no,
sorry. I'm
Carl.
sorry.
Well, let's. Bearded Knight Carl, what do you say to Formano when nobody's around?
About what?
What do you call him? You say he's a pony lover?
Oh, our own personal little brownie.
Everybody likes ponies, man.
You like ponies.
I'm gonna go pro in the My Little Pony fighting game. So
I kind of want to
expect
see that.
Fighting this magic.
Oh man. Okay, well, I don't think we have anything else to cover on Sodas, so let's move on to everybody's favorite, Farlon.
Yeah, buddy.
Tell me about this dude,
Arena King.
Arena King.
Big time arena unit. Very low BC cost. His BB and SBB only need 15 BCs to fill. And with the setup that I use in arena, I mean, I constantly can unleash that SBB in arena. So
What are you using in
um,
Arena now?
I use Loading Leader, or not Loading Leader, but Loading as my top unit. Lyra Leader, and I have another Lyra, and then I have 2 6-star Farlons.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they're not widely used, but they dominate, dude. Like I rarely ever lose with them.
Do you see a
Because
lot of benefit from getting those status ailments from having the Lyra leader?
absolutely, they saved me. I don't know how many times. If I curse and or paralyze a unit, they're pretty much rendered useless because if they curse, they can only do a normal attack, which my units just brush off like a fly.
Mhm.
And if they're paralyzed, then they can't do anything. So they're just stuck for 3 turns. So, but she uses or her status ailments actually do work quite often. Like there hasn't been a round where I haven't inflict useful status ailments like injury or weakness on a unit and then just like completely tear them apart in second turn.
Yeah, I've always wondered how that would work out. I never actually tested it myself, but it always seemed like an interesting thing to try out. And I always know that if I go into arena and I see if I see a Lyra leader, I'm like, nope, hell no.
I do the same
Yeah,
thing.
you don't want that, dude.
I
You don't wanna
avoid
mess
local
with it.
teams. I saw one. I'm like, I never fought one before. Let me go do this. Okay, so turn 1, I had at least 3 units that had Brave Burst on the first one, but one of them was loaded. And so team 2, his team finally attacks, and then at least 3 of my guys got afflicted with a status ailment, one of them being loaded. And when I saw what status ailment, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. He cursed me. So I couldn't even fill up everybody else's Brave Burst after that.
Nice.
Fighting Lyra in the arena when she's the lead is annoying. It's pretty dirty, you know. It's just plain dirty. You got to be like a really mean-spirited person to put her as the lead of your arena team.
Are you trying to say Trey
He's
is
talking
a
about me.
mean-spirited person? Just asking. I'm just curious. So as far as Farlon's concerned, is there any other use for him besides arena?
In my opinion,
Mono
no.
Fire. I think he'd be
Eh,
alright on Mono
His,
Fire.
his SBB is pretty bad, actually. It has a really, really low multiplier.
It is weak. I give it that.
What's the
Yeah, it's
multiplier
lower
on that?
than Logan's. It's like 250, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
That does not
Yeah,
seem very
it's
impressive at all. I was going to ask if
pretty
he
low.
would be usable at all on a crit team.
I wouldn't use him on a
No.
crit squad. No
What if
way.
you don't have options for other unit? Like I'm saying, would you use him over? Let me think. Who else would people have on a crit team?
The thing is, some Brave Bursts deal more damage than that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the idea of being able to sustain Brave Burst wouldn't help him at all either. In other words, if you were going in maybe one of the hero dungeons or something like that, and you needed to sustain Brave Burst, you wouldn't want to use him either?
Well, the thing is with his drop check count is only godly with his normal attack. For his BB and SBB, it's not really good compared to the high hitters.
Okay, now you just mentioned the drop check count. Do you want to go ahead and go over that? So it's a fairly new concept. A lot of people aren't really familiar with it, and I think that there is some confusion with it, so I think we should go over it real fast. Actually,
Okay, so
Blackula, if you wouldn't mind, do you mind? I know you're in the middle of something there. Do you mind pulling
I'll
up
put it
the
on my
page?
screen.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Who am I bringing up?
That's fine. Format is going to bring it up.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Is it? Can everyone see it?
Yep.
It's there.
Okay, so basically, each unit has a drop check count. For example, Melkio has a 13 hit normal attack, and he has a drop check count of 3. So that means every time he hits an attack, he has three chances to roll for an HC drop, a BC drop, or an item drop.
Okay. So in other words,
That's
what is that 39 we're looking there for the normal max BC generated?
So basically, he has 13 hits on his attack, and then his drop check count is 3. So multiply
So
that, and you get 39.
so you're saying each hit has a chance to proc BC and HC, and the maximum he can get out of that because it's a 13 hitter is 39.
Yes.
That sounds pretty awesome. So you're giving yourself the chance of dropping 39 BC just off of a normal attack, and that's something that is way higher than, say, like what you would expect out of like a Brave Burst or something like that, where you say, oh well, this is Douglas, he has a 30 hit count Brave Burst, so we're gonna get all this BC. Oh, this is blah blah blah. Now we actually have a stat to put behind it where it's bringing a lot of other units to light that we didn't really notice before. And if you've ever ran a Melkio in your squad, you've kind of seen Brave Burst fill up pretty fast, especially his own. And so you kind of say like, oh well, he just must have a low fill count. Well, on top of that, he's also generating a ton of BC for you. So this makes him a much more viable unit in a lot of situations, because now all of a sudden you have units that you can throw in there that are going to help you sustain Brave Burst that you wouldn't normally think that you could use. And as you can see here in the top, we have some of the units that are from that Melkio Michelle batch. You have Dual GX there, you have Michelle herself, and you also have Melkio among some of the top 3. So, and those are huge numbers. So that's one of the reasons why the Michelle teams, where you have all 6 of those units or 5 of them, are working out so well, because you're actually able to create so much BC and get all of their Brave Burst ups very quickly.
Is that demo?
Yeah, it is.
Demo.
Someday. All right, so let's go back onto subject here. We were talking about Farlon. So let's go. Is there any other use for him? I mean, straight and simple, other than Arena.
In my opinion, Arena's the only place for him.
Yeah.
All right, so Arena King, and that's it.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
he's made for Arena.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, in that case, let's move on to something a little more recent. So today we actually had some new units drop, and well, not units, new 6-stars drop, and I am curious to see what you guys think about them. We are talking about Ophelia, Zephyr, and Ramna. And I guess we'll start with Ramna because she's the first one on my list here.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up Ramna.
Gotcha. So, first impressions on Ramna. I don't know if anyone's gotten her up and raised yet, since it is the first day. I know Black Yellow probably has.
Actually, no, I did not.
What?
I didn't. Well, I didn't. Unlike some of the other units I've had, I didn't have like enough duplicates of her to do anything, and I didn't want to max her out first before starting to work on the Brave Burst like I've been doing the other ones. Since you can see my Zell there is getting low, I have to build up some more Zell. So
I'm so confused right now.
I'm gonna do it the way I usually do it, and actually try getting their BB level up first.
That's crazy. I was like, I doubt in my mind that
If
you
you
would have
like,
her.
I can go ahead and max her out now.
You don't have to do that. Actually, let's find out. Should he be doing that right now? Does anyone have any opinions on her?
I'll say no.
Why is that?
I mean, she can be very useful for fire mono squads because of her leader skill as well as her SBB. But when it comes to a lot of the fire units that we have out now, I'm not sure she's a super viable choice to go maxing out as like top priority. I mean, eventually it'll be nice to do it, but I don't think she has no priority whatsoever. Like you can max her out whenever.
Yeah, what's giving her is her absurd, what do you call this, stat distribution. She has a really high natural rec, which is not really good.
I really thought for a
Yeah.
second there you said really high natural rack. I was gonna say, are we really talking about the boot tier already? Like,
Oh,
it only took
man.
it only took 8 hours. We finally made it to the boot tier.
Her rack's not really
So
big.
tell me, for Mana, where does she rate in that?
Pretty low. She's a belly dancer with small rack. So
I guess she is pretty athletic, and she's Farlon's
Girlfriend.
girlfriend, so we
she
can't
is?
really. Yeah, we can't talk
Yeah.
shit. about her.
Can't talk shit about her.
Yeah, he'll come kick our asses. We can't do that.
Don't want to get smeared.
So all right. No particular uses for her as of right now.
And for the
But
Lance dungeon,
let's see here.
Yeah, if you haven't done that yet,
if you haven't done
She's
about
Lance
it.
dungeon, she should be a pretty good lead for that.
Then that's because she's going to get rid of that earth and actually raise the attack of the fire.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay, and I'm interested to see how well she would do in there also because she's a little squishy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her defense isn't that high. She's got Signis syndrome where she can definitely deal some damage, but she's not going to be the highest stat unit you can get. She has a decent recovery, and that doesn't help her.
But then again, she's the only fire unit that can raise defense. If I'm
Defense,
not
yeah.
mistaken.
That's true. So that is somewhat useful, but how much is the defense raise? I haven't actually looked at
Well, actually,
the
listen.
raw data.
I
Let's look
brought
it
that
up.
around.
Yeah, that's what I want to know too.
Real quick,
I
I'm looking.
know she's not higher than Zelda.
Real quick, I'm looking here on the Q&A.
60%.
60%.
That's not bad. So I'm looking here on the Q&A real fast because I realized we didn't answer any questions on the first set of the 6 stars that we talked about. But I do see that someone's asking, can you link the website for the normal max BC generated? And you're going to want to go to bravefrontierpros.tumblr.com. That is Sam's website. You are going to get a ton of information off of there. And there is a guide there for that max BC per hit. So go ahead, and that again is bravefrontierpros, all one word, .tumblr.com. All right, so moving on from Ramna, because I think we basically covered everything we needed to cover on her. I don't think there's a whole lot more. Let's see here. Let's talk Zephyr, because I'm really interested to see what people are doing with him.
I'm
I
biased.
am raising up my Zephyr to be on my mono dark plus Michelle crit team.
Okay.
Yeah, same with me. That's what I'm doing.
Using him for a crit squad?
Yep,
Yeah,
Why?
for his ignore defense.
and
Ah,
dark attack up.
So which units would you be running in that squad?
I'd be running Michelle, SGX, Zephyr, Zebra, and Logan.
Excuse me.
Now, is there any use to running a different unit other than Michelle? In other words, trying to get something else out of that? I know Formana was talking before about maybe ditching Michelle for somebody else to get more attack, just a single
Get
unit
another
attack.
Logan.
Get another Logan,
Yeah, that would work.
because he's increasing his own attack by much more than Michelle could ever do.
Yeah.
And then you're also getting the stat increase from Zephyr and the
Yeah.
ignore defense. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was one of my other questions. As we're kind of moving along here in things, I mean, does Michelle become more situational, or is she somebody who's going to stick around in teams for a while?
Well, the thing is with Michelle, she's still really unique. There's nothing else that can replace her at the moment. The only alternative to her would be Bran, which increases defense. So if you're opting for an offensive unit, you go for Michelle because She helps a lot with the attack up that's 115% and the fire elemental changer, which makes her pretty much a deal breaker.
Hmm.
Like for Frontier Hunter, Terminus would be really, really hard without a
without
Michelle.
her because of
Especially
units
this
like
season.
Gravion who take forever to kill without her.
Yeah, that does not sound fun at all. And that was going to be one of my other questions as far as a crit team. Now, if you were able to crit somebody in one turn and you don't have anything else you need to do, that's all good and fine. But what if you need to sustain Brave Burst? And now that we know with the hit check and everything like that, we know that Michelle is one of the higher BB creators just with her normal attack. Is that something that you would take into account, or would you still say that Logan would be a better option?
Well, if you're using a crit team, in my opinion, I don't think it would matter that much. Like, I would probably use Michelle on a sustain team instead of a crit team, because you just need to pack a punch for like 1, 2, 3 turns and then let go of your crit team. For Michelle, she doesn't have really good stats, but when stat imps come along, she's gonna catch up. And she's a very good Lexida carrier. If you guys didn't know, Lexida is Selena's weapon for the Selena dungeon. It doubles the hit count of the unit and then also doubles the drop check count, which is really good.
So that's pretty impressive, especially when you're talking about units that already have a high drop check. So that'll be something to look forward to, definitely. But other than using him in a crit team, is there anything else you can see using Zephyr for?
He's a pretty solid unit in my opinion. Like, you can use him for
Regular
general
quest.
questing.
Yeah.
So definitely somebody, a free player, could concentrate on.
Yeah, if you have,
Absolutely.
if you have a Zephyr, he's pretty solid. He also has ignore defense,
Mm-hmm.
which is
That can make questing a breeze.
yeah. Ignore defense is the best buff you can get when you're at lower levels, because the defense are really high and you have compared to an attack buff, your attacks are really low, so you don't get much out of that attack buff
Mm-hmm.
compared to you removing defense of the enemy.
Not bad. Okay, so any other words on Zephyr before we move on? Brave Knight Carl's starting to scare me. He's been very quiet.
What? No.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's
He's
doing
like
over there in his
blocking.
little world.
Martin, yeah.
Scaring me, man.
Scheming.
Alright, let's move on then, and let's go to Ophelia. We're breezing through these 6 stars. So, Ophelia. Good, bad?
Really good.
Arena Queen.
Arena Queen. Okay, so we're talking pairing her up with Farlon.
I'd say
Yeah, buddy.
princess, not
Princess.
queen. Literally
Okay.
the queen.
Princess. With
Fair
being
enough.
specific.
Okay.
Alright, so tell me about her.
She has a bad stat distribution compared to Farlon. She has overall lower stats, I think. Ooh.
She is so
Yeah,
squishy.
Yeah, what's
Mhm.
gimping her is her really high recovery, which is like the worst stat for an arena unit.
But she has really nice attack there.
Yeah, that
I think it's higher than Farlon's. So
Yeah, Farland's is like 18 something, I think.
yeah,
Yeah,
in
it's-
arena, if you're the first one to hit, attack
it doesn't
will
really matter.
Okay, so she seems like somebody who's going to be pretty much arena-centric, just like Farlon.
Yeah.
And as far as maybe future dungeons like the Ease dungeon or anything like that, definitely not, just because she's so squishy.
Yep.
Yeah, you probably won't raise a guardian, Ophelia, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just for that. But she does have a really good utility SBB, which works like Lodin's SBB.
Just slightly less.
Yeah, slightly less though.
Okay. Do we have the numbers at all? Do you know?
I have it right here, but I know it by heart. It's her, like how
It's
Loden's
3, I
is
think.
5 BC per turn. Yep, hers is
Yeah,
3 per
Loden's
turn.
5. I think Ophelia's just 3.
Yeah, hers is 3 per turn. Right there.
Yeah, so that's not really enough to make a huge difference then.
Yeah, but that's good enough though. It's like an added leader skill. You can
Okay.
access to SBB. Like if you're like a free player and then you have Ophelia, you can raise her, you can use her for questing, and you can use her for arena too. No
The
problem.
damage is actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this.
350%.
If you are not a free player and you were looking to run her because of the increased BB gauge, who would you take out in an Earth team that you would normally run? I mean, we all know Zelban's going to be in there because, well, he's Zelban.
Yeah,
The thing is, if you're not a free player, you probably have like 5 Douglas.
Okay.
You're not gonna need that increased BB per turn.
Well, my thing is, as far as free players go or something like that. I mean, as far as paying players go, not everybody jumped on the bandwagon for being a paying player.
Oh, yeah.
Like, 6 months ago. Some people have just become paying players, or maybe they've only been paying players for a month. So
Mhm.
maybe they're still behind on everything, but they are putting money into the game. So I'm more wondering, like, what is viable for people who are looking to put money into the game, like, or while they're still putting money in, should this be a unit that they're going to be spending on, or should they hold out for future units?
That's the thing. It's kind of really hard to answer that question because it all depends on what's the rates up. What rates are up at the moment.
Okay, so pretty much rate
But
dependent.
yeah, because like for right now, we have rates up for Ophelia, Ramna, and who's the other guy?
Zephyr.
Yeah, Zephyr.
how dare you?
Oh yeah, that guy.
He just hurt his feelings, eh?
For example, I for right now, if you're a free player, I wouldn't really recommend to someone. It's like, hmm, because these kinds of units are like very focused on what they can do. They're like not what do you call this? What word am I looking for? Versatile,
Okay,
or
yeah, that's right.
they can't really be used as effectively as other units in other areas. Unlike
Okay.
what do you call this? Unlike the Seren era, like when Seren came out in Arena, it was Seren. In Frontier Hunter, it was Seren. In Questing, it was Seren.
Mm-hmm.
So
So in other
unless
words,
you're gonna, Mhm.
yeah,
Go
go
on,
ahead.
sorry. So in my opinion, if you're not willing to specialize, because I know there are some paying players who just get units because they want it. They're not really that competitive. They don't specialize their squads. They don't have like this squad is for efficient questing, auto battle, and they don't have a squad for efficient frontier hunter. I know that those kinds of players exist, but
Yeah.
if you want to specialize, I would what do you call this? I would recommend to someone right now. But if not, I wouldn't recommend this batch. I would just wait for Zal Knight.
Yeah, I was
Zal
gonna
Knight's
say,
batch.
Yeah.
especially with the
Yep.
batch
You
that's
can,
on the way, I can't
yeah.
see summoning right now, and it's literally around the corner. So if you are a paying player and you're looking to put money into the game, just hold out a week, man. Good
Yeah,
things are on the
dude.
way, and it is gonna be nice.
Yeah, I don't even have Ophelia, and I ain't spending Jack for her either.
Nah, and
I'll
and
just
that's
wait
the other
for her.
thing. You'll be just fine without it. I mean, like you said, she's a great arena unit, but she's not somebody that you're going to use anywhere else. And if you're going to be putting money into specific units or anything like that, you're pretty much going to want to make sure that you're going to get your mileage out of it. You're not going to want to go ahead and throw it into a unit that's going to only help you in one spot, unless you are good on everything else, and that is the one spot you actually need. So, yeah, I mean, like we said, good things are on the way, so we don't really need to worry about that. But
Yeah.
let's see if we have anything in the Q&A. I haven't been paying attention to it. Leon's chiming in. He says 4 mana, the math professor.
But
If we ever need to check our math, we always check with 4 mana first.
Oh, there's one that just came in by I play support. Where'd it go? Yeah, now it's at the top of the list.
When do you guys think the Zell Knight batch will drop?
My guess is, after all these 6 stars are done, so the next 3 6 stars after they come out, and their rates are up and over with, maybe like a few days after that, most likely, just following the flow of things. I don't know that for sure.
we'll probably get it after Maxwell. That's my
After
guess.
Frontier Hunter rewards are given.
Yeah, that too.
I say October sometime.
Yes, I'm thinking early October. That's my guess.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, any more time that it can give me to save up gems, that's fine with me. Because I am going to be spending.
I think we are all gonna be spending for that batch. That is gonna be like the most highly desired batch since Michelle's batch that people really, really, really want.
Well, let's just touch on that batch real quick. We don't have to go over everything in super detail or anything, but I'm kind of interested to know, as far as summoning, what you guys are looking forward to in that batch. Are you looking to get multiples of any units, or
Yes.
are you okay? Go.
I want to get at least 2, maybe 3 Zell Knights. I'll need. Yeah, I got some ideas. I only need 1 Darvin Shaw.
Wait, hold on. Let's go back to the Zelenite thing. I'm kind of interested to see what you're.
I just
What
want
But I have some ideas on that. You didn't elaborate. I'm wondering what your ideas involve.
we'll just have to wait until they come out. Maybe I'll
Super
demonstrate.
You keeping it hush
Super
hush.
secret.
But
All right.
other than that, I think pretty much just 1 of everything else, though. I only need 1 Lily Matter. I only need 1 Darvin Shaw, 1 Exel. Don't really need Azazel or whatever his name is, but I do want that water unit just because of how hard he hits, and I really hope I get a breaker.
Well, you always have until you get it.
Me, I'm getting like 5 Dalvan gels just for the testosterone.
He just like his beard.
Squad. Listen, you can make your man squad with what's his name, coming out in the Olga.
Olga. I'm gonna get 10 of those for 2 squads.
4 mana secret man crush, Olga.
That's too much testosterone for your taste.
Can't wait.
Right.
And as far as that whole thing is concerned, like I've seen, obviously Ushi runs more than 1 Zell Knight in his arena squad so that he can get the rest BB. I don't know if that's necessarily the most efficient way to do it, but it definitely works. And so I can see getting multiples. I don't really see a reason why not to, and especially when you're questing, it kind of helps generate your Brave Burst, but only in specific situations. I've realized with my 1 Zell Knight, it's kind of all I need for the most part. Usually if I bring along a friend or something like that, I can get something out of it, but there's usually something else I can use for that spot. And I can usually keep BB up just with my regular units plus him. I can actually usually keep it up with against 1 unit, which is pretty awesome. It just depends on the situation, and I have a lot of high hit count units, so I kind of go with that for the moment. But are there any units that you don't want from that section of units?
I don't even know what the light unit is for that.
He gives 50. He's a better Gilnia.
Yeah, light and dark.
Instead of 30%,
Better what?
50%. 50% to light and dark units. Also, he decreases damage. He has damage reduction to light and dark for 10%. 10% damage reduction for light and dark. And his Brave Burst and Super Brave Burst, if I'm not mistaken, they both do light and dark damage, I think.
You know, I hate units like that. It's like they're trying to do everything and failing.
Son of a
Oh my
bitch.
god!
Tell us how you really feel.
It's like they're trying. There are units that are trying to do everything, and then they just like fall off a little bit in one aspect, and they instantly become not that great. Especially to the guys who have a lot of options. Like Euron is the biggest example. He was like, we're also hyped. Oh my god! Like increased BC drop rate when sparking, increased spark damage, a buff to all
Mhm.
the stats except HP, and then AoE SBB. And then when he came out, nobody was even using him.
Yeah, it was like, what the hell am I going to use this thing for?
Yeah, I remember Blackula summoning for Lubradin before. Was like,
Let's not talk about that.
okay.
Let's not bring back painful memories.
No, but I agree. I agree with Four Mana, where like you're sitting here talking about basically having a Swiss Army knife when you're trying to cook an omelet. Like it's just you're not gonna have a use for it.
Oh my.
I mean, yeah, you can do all this crap with it, but it doesn't do what you need it to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely one of the units that I'm not too excited about. I actually just summoned one in the Japanese version, and I am sad about that because I wanted Elsa.
But you have another refill, which is nice.
Oh, there you go. You know what? I hope I kind of gotta keep him away from you though, because I know how you are with ponies. I'm just saying. But yeah, Dalvin Shell, I can't wait to get my hands on him because he's just so awesome.
Oh,
So manly, man.
and
So
about
manly.
Diamond Shell, what we've been missing, every other the four elementals, earth, fire, water, whatever. All of them had a unit that had a leader skill that gave status immunity, except fire. And now fire has one. He invalidates all status effects, and you have a chance of mitigating damage as well.
So it's
So
like
he's-
half of Tesla.
So half Tesla, half Reese, twins, and Ronell.
And he actually, I mean, he hits pretty hard too. I mean, on top of everything else. I'm actually going to go ahead and bring this up on my screen. Let me see if I can get this up here. There we go.
There it is.
So, bam. Look at them stats.
That anima.
Look
Yeah.
at that scar.
There
Look
we
at that
have,
shield.
yeah, I mean, you're looking at Legwand on him, and those are some damn impressive stats, especially with the stat imps
And
involved.
he's not even fully maxed with those imps. I can look.
Nope.
You got 3 categories you can still.
I
Yep.
thought that was his face on the shield. It's a lion.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That would be badass, man. You
Yeah.
had your face on the shield, just like.
What is the scariest thing I can think of? My face. But
on the shield.
yeah, but I mean, like you're looking at like just look at that HP and that defense, and that, like we said, the HP is not even maxed yet, and you bring a Growlithe along. I mean, those stats are awesome.
He's probably gonna get. He's probably gonna.
You know what I mean? Like, you're tanking everything. I've been doing normal questing, and when I get his SBB up, I'm taking ones all the time. It doesn't matter what's hitting me. It doesn't matter how hard it's hitting me. Any boss I face in the quests, anything that I go against, they can crit me. They can have elemental advantage on me. It does not matter. I'm taking ones. So that's pretty nice. And like we said before, the fact that he can raise defense and he can also hit on some other stuff, like if you want to make him your lead, you can get this the mitigation, all that good stuff. But 2 Growl leads I haven't tried him with, but I'm interested in trying because
He's got to have at least 12 or 13. He's got to, like, just looking at that right there, he's got to have at least 12 or 13k.
Is that anima?
That's
that's
anima.
anima.
That's anima.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed too, that his 6-star form doesn't have wings. That's pretty
Good.
I know.
That's a good thing.
He don't need no wing. Come on now.
He's
Yeah,
like,
it's
I'm
like
too manly to fly.
pretty-
But
He has like a
good
sword
thing.
that's twice as tall as him, and a shield that. Like,
Dude, his sword is bigger than AM's sword.
Yeah.
and he's holding it with one hand. Holy shit.
2.6k attack. I'm pretty sure he can hold it with one hand.
Oh my god.
But yeah, cannot wait for
Look
that.
at Beard, man.
Oh,
And then we'll bring up our buddy.
Ah,
So,
Guardian.
like, yeah, Guardian. So he's got a. I mean, I haven't been putting a lot of stat imps into him. He's the next one I'm working on after I finish off Dalvin Shell, especially now that we have the stat imp thing. Actually, you know what?
Oh, we have got to get that global.
I
like,
should
ASAP.
probably run that right
do
now.
it. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. I want to
Ah,
see it.
My
there's like
energy.
a metal, key for that, right?
Yeah, I have a key for it.
When do you get it though?
I got one today.
When
Let
do you
me
get
see when the
keys?
next one's available. Hold on.
Oh, it's going to be permanent? It's not an
Yes.
event?
I don't know if it's permanent or
wow.
not. 9/21. So it seems like I'm getting one every day. So I saw something about it only being 5 days long, and I don't know if that was confirmed or not. I haven't actually looked into it myself. But if it is only 5 days long and we're getting a key a day, that's still you got to take
That's
advantage.
5
of it.
hours. That's 5 hours of happiness.
That is
Time to
5
go
hours.
ham.
You have to pay a lot more for that usually. All right. So.
Spend gem.
The only thing I was upset about, we didn't get any gems for completing, which is kind of sad. I was kind of hoping for that. But the good thing is you're not facing anything too dangerous, so you don't need to worry about bringing anybody too impressive along. So do we have any questions on the YouTube?
yeah. Ichi, someone's asking, when are you going to show your Maxwell fight?
Oh, my Maxwell fight. As soon as
Oh,
I can get
yeah.
somebody who... Alright, I really wanted a tree. I tried for a tree earlier and could not get it. And so I'm kind of running into a problem now where I can't block status effects, which is really important for the first leg of the race. The only thing is I have units that can do it, but not consistently. Like I have what's her name? Lunaris. I can raise her up if I really need to. And then I also have... I have Dalvin Shell that I could make a lead, but then I'd be taking away either a Lily Mata or a Gra lead, which I don't want to do. So I'm kind of in a tough place right now where I'm hoping for another stat blocker or something that isn't a leader. So either like Melchio or if I can pull out a tree eventually, something like that, that would be nice. But right now I'm kind of stuck with that because I did do a test run just to see how it would do, and the status problems were the biggest problem. So I did make it about halfway through Maxwell, but I was on my second squad by then, and I pretty much screwed myself over. So, but I will do it eventually. It's just all going to come down to when I can block status effects. So, were there any questions from the actual YouTube?
Haven't checked YouTube.
Yeah, I had it up earlier. I don't even.
Well, since you brought up Lily Matter, there's a question about Lily Matter 2 here.
Go ahead.
Possible to beat Maxwell with 5 stars or 3 units in your team? Because someone's claiming that they beat Maxwell with just Zelha and Lily Matter, and the others who are 5 stars.
I haven't watched it, so I have no idea. I highly doubt that because I actually have both of those units and I had them in my fight and I did not experience that, so I don't know that that's possible, especially because 5-star units are so squishy, and the fact that you definitely need someone like a Tesla or Dalvin Shell to be able to use that damage mitigation, or else you're going to be facing a lot of damage. Now, 2 of those 5 stars could have been Gra, I suppose, but I don't know that that would be enough to make the difference, and if it is, good for him, but I don't know that it would really be possible, especially since you're saying that he's bringing along Lily Matter, and I'm guessing that you wouldn't bring her along unless you're going to make her lead.
Yeah.
But stranger things have happened. Who knows?
Well, but I think Lily Matter would still be useful as a squad mate.
She could be, but then you're missing out on an attacker when you're not getting the full amount of PV back.
Hey, did I just miss something? Did that dungeon was it 3 rounds or was it 5 rounds?
3 rounds.
Wow.
Which actually makes sense if you think about it, because that would, I mean, you'd be able to get too much out of it if you did it the other way. That would be like basically a free event. You know what I mean? Oh wait, who was I gonna raise? What did I get here? I wasn't.
Is it open for an hour?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's basically the same as other key events.
Nope. So I guess we can move on to Frontier Hunter. And I wanted to know who's actually been running Frontier Hunter right now, or is everyone kind of like, eh?
I've been doing it off of free orbs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
Now,
Oh, no, you haven't.
Give me a
Why?
break.
No, you
Give me a
haven't.
break.
Mister, I'm number 4 overall.
Yeah, buddy is.
Throwing
Way
gems
up.
out there like change at the homeless.
well, listen, I wasn't gonna say anything, but the cat's out of the bag now. But anyway, yeah. So, what's going on in Frontier Hunter this season? What do we have to look forward to?
It's
Nothing.
killing my fingers.
This Frontier Hunter has been, I would say, as compared to the last one, I think it's a lot easier.
Hmm.
And it's a lot easier also to get your survival bonus, since you don't have a Gra. I mean, not a Gra, a Zebra, or a Doma, or any Lulu team that has just evil women in it, you know? That are just going to just kill you in the first hit. So it's like, you don't have anything like that quite in this one. Yeah, a lot easier.
Okay.
Yeah. It's harder to get points though.
Yeah, I agree.
Why do you say that?
I'm averaging like 1.5 mil this one. I mean, I've gotten 1.7 mil one time and haven't gotten it again since.
Would you say that's because of the mobs you're running into, or the amount of stages you're running into?
Well, I think it's both, because last season of Frontier, first of all, it was 7 rounds, and there were a lot more mobs that had like 3 and 4 units. I mean, this one has 6 mobs. First one is 2 units, the second one is 3 units, the third one is 2, fourth one is 2, the fifth one is 3, and then the last one is a single target. So it's like, yeah.
Okay, but I mean, as far as points go, it doesn't really matter if you're getting a lot, right? As long as everyone's getting the same amount. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like other people are getting more stages or anything, so, or more
Well,
mobs.
everybody's the same amount, you know. Just
Yeah.
I guess other people found ways to kind of really get out the points. I was looking at the MVP list, and I
Yeah,
have
is there
no
anybody in the
idea
top
how
5
valid.
that has been getting a lot of points? I'm
I have
wondering.
no idea how valid that top number was, but I saw someone with 2.8 million.
How much?
2.8 million.
2.8 mil?
Yeah.
Come on.
Whoa.
That
And
is
the person that was second place was like
Not legit.
2.1 million.
I mean, 2.1.
Wow.
But
I
that
think someone
2.8 is
puts
like,
2.1.
what in the world are they doing? I mean, like I said, is that even? I'm just wondering how legit that score is.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.8 is way. I'm not gonna believe that 2.8. 2.1, that's possible.
Yeah, that was
because
possible.
Boers
I got that. I mean, it was, it was, or at least in the last one, but 2.8, that's a little much for what's given in this Frontier Hunter.
That's
yeah,
that's
it's
what I'm
been
wondering.
top
Like,
too.
how could you survive long enough to grind out that many points in one sitting?
I just don't see it. I don't see it at all.
Especially like you said, when you have a last stage like Gra, where not only does he get rid of your BB, but he also is only one unit, so it's not like you're going against multiples that you can get a lot of points off of.
it's probably mod.
Might be a
Or-
mod. That's an
Yeah.
odd number for a mod. You would think it would be something.
Actually, it changed. Now somebody else got the top
Got
spot.
3 million.
3 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Whoa.
So it could be possible. Let's actually bring up your screen here. All right, so let's see here. So Matrix, I hope you're not cheating. But yeah, that 2.8 is still there. So I'm wondering
2.5.
and those numbers are pretty consistent. It's not like you're looking at numbers that are all over the place. So there must be a way to do it, but it's probably something where you're going to have to spend a decent amount of time and get very, very lucky. Because it's not something that you would probably just do.
my lowly 1.71.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of squads do you think that could generate something like that for people who are looking to basically
man.
grind out one long?
Mhm.
Well, and I'm wondering if it also, like, what spheres are they using as well?
Hmm. I mean, do you think it's something where it's completely defensive and they're actually just getting as many points, stretching it out for as many rounds as they can and still surviving?
I'm wondering.
Yeah, I think that's how they're doing it.
I'm wondering if some of these people got like multiple Dougs and say like an Aulu on the team or something like that to help with the defense. So that way, in the Dougs, maybe they don't have stat spheres on them, but they have like maybe
Why
like
don't we
tech gizmos or soul creators or something that has always helped them build the BB. So now they're able to attack with very low attack, while Owler was able to constantly keep that defense up. I wonder if they're doing something like that.
I mean, it has to be something similar to that.
That might be something worth trying.
But the thing is, you need elemental changers as well.
Yeah,
to get high points.
you need Michelle. She's highly needed for like Gravion. Otherwise, you're gonna kill everybody else, and he's still gonna be standing there for like 5 or 6 turns later.
So what kind of squads are you guys running then?
I am running the same squad that I used last Frontier. It's just right now with that squad, I'm getting a consistent 1.5, 1.6 million. It's Fel, Ra, Michelle, and 3 Dougs.
How about you, Trey?
That's a
The squad I'm using, let's see here. I got Michelle, I got Loden, I got SGX, Douglas, and Zelban.
Defense.
And what kind of numbers are you seeing per run?
Around 1.5. That's usually what I'm averaging, about 1.5 per run.
And that seems about what people are averaging for the most part. So that's definitely a good way to go.
Yeah, it's not bad. I can easily get the survival bonus having Zelban in there. More easily get it. I should rephrase that. I was using Melchior instead of Zelban, but dude, both the rounds that have the 3 enemies, I don't know if it's just me, man, but they just pick one and they destroy them, dude. They just like, okay, SGX, you're going down, and they just destroy him, dude. Like literally, everyone else on my team has like over 5,500 HP, and SGX is dead. It's like, what is the deal, son? But that's why I had to put in Zelban and just take out Melchior. It hurt my points slightly. I wasn't scoring much higher than that because Melchior definitely helps with the elemental attack points, elemental weakness points, I mean. But I took that suffering so I can keep my units alive.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I actually haven't been running this one as much. I literally ran it. I think like the first 4 just to get all the prizes, and that was it. And that's just because like I only need the 1 hunter rank. I'll worry about it before Frontier Hunter is over.
Are you HR 20?
Yeah, I'm 20 right now because last season was, I forget what happened. I forget if I like fell asleep or what happened.
I think you fell asleep.
Yeah, you fell asleep.
Yeah, and I was like,
I wasn't scoring much higher because Melchior definitely helps with the elemental attack points, elemental weakness points, I mean.
somebody's got to play in the background.
Yeah.
I really thought that Trey was talking there for a minute.
Yeah, it's not me.
I was pretty sure you just said that.
I said that like 20 minutes ago. But quick side note, just to give, I guess, my viewpoint on Frontier Hunter. I always like run it real hard.
What's your HR 20?
But the thing is,
Wait 1 second.
okay. Is it Pat?
I got him.
No,
Found the culprit. But I really enjoy playing Frontier Hunter. The thing is, in past seasons, I don't know, it's probably just me and my impatience, but I end up running really strong, like 2-3 days straight, placing like top 20, and then I just stopped playing for like the past 2 days and end up only getting like a +4 HR rank. So this season, I'm actually trying to stay on my A game and not get bored of it. So hopefully I can pull off a +5 this time, and then I can wrap this thing up next season.
Yeah,
Be HR
exactly.
21.
And I mean, the thing is, like, unless you need those +5 right now, you don't necessarily need to grind for it because it's not like those prizes are going anywhere. There's still going to be plenty of Frontier Hunter seasons, plenty of chances to do that. So, I mean, not everyone needs to feel pressure to do so unless you really need the units. Like, if you're close to getting Tillith and you want to be able to maybe use her for Maxwell, maybe in a crit team or something like that, then yeah, you can probably push for it right now. But otherwise, it's not like it's completely imperative that you should grind it out right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I'm only doing this because I actually do want Tilly. I actually see usefulness with her.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's awesome. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's actually pretty useful. So I'm gonna try to work my butt off this season, get +5, and then I'll lay back a little bit and get her on HR 21.
Sounds
That's
good.
That's what Farlon said, and now he's ranked 5.
I know, dude. He really wants those new spheres, though. I don't know if you guys know, but they got that Victory Hunter tournament thing going on.
I wish they had done that the last 3 Frontier Hunters where I worked hard to get +5s.
I really
now they decide. Now I got HR 21, and now they decide to do this. Why now?
All right,
Why
listen.
not
The
before?
way you started talking, I really thought you were going into one of your desk pounding things. I couldn't feel it. I was waiting for the. I didn't do it, and next time I want to be able to get the spears. I'm still ready for it. Oh man, I feel kind of like let down now. I don't know.
Maybe I'll build up another moment that'll lead into that.
Seriously. Oh man. Does anyone want to actually do a run? I
actually am doing one, but I'm refreshing because I didn't like my friends list. Didn't have any Graws or any Felniuses with like.
I know we want.
Blade.
I know we would like to have Leon in here because we want to see. We
See an epic fail.
the day.
Okay, there we go. Now we got
Epic
some.
fail of the week.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Pat's. We'll take his
volunteer.
Felnius. Actually, I need to go change him.
Look at those
I'm gonna
hack
use your,
stats.
I'm gonna use your Felnius. I'm gonna go ahead and finish equipping my
What did I do?
spears.
I'm playing.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna be using your Felnius. Just showed up on my list.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm gonna take your Felnius into Terminus.
I've been doing runs this whole time, trying to stay up.
I have not. Oh man.
Yeah. I got 4 months filling this up too.
So, are there any questions in the Q&A or in the actual YouTube page? We're kind of getting close to the end of what we were going to cover, so I figured we could just have a regular hangout from here on out. Not really stay on schedule or anything, and if anyone wants to ask questions or interact or anything like that, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, we actually kind of covered the stuff quickly.
We flew through everything. This is the first time we've ever done this. Usually we're sitting at like 2 hours and we're like, oh shit, we didn't cover like most of the stuff we wanted to cover. Oh well.
So this is the team I'm using. I'm going to be using the Marauder set.
Marauder set, baby.
We really flew through all the 6-stars, though. That's probably why we saved a bunch of time.
Probably.
That's
I
'cause
feel like
Trey
you
don't
had
play.
something you wanted to talk about though, because you've been way too quiet this whole time. I actually forgot you were there until your mic lit up, and I was like, "Oh, right, Bearded Knight Carl."
Well, it's really like the same reason why we blew through like all the 6-stars. I mean, like some of these ones were nice, but I mean, like they're just nah.
Yeah, that's actually the problem.
We have a
there's
question here
nothing much to talk about.
regarding Frontier Hunter.
Okay. Go
Are
ahead.
any of you running 6-star Dilma in order to best 9999 armor units in the Frontier Hunter?
Wait, how many nines?
4
Just
I thought he was just a very angry Hitler. He was just 9999.
What do you say about that?
All right, let's see if I can get the swipe on with this computer mouse instead of my, since I can't use my finger.
That's why I have a drawing tablet.
Wait, what?
Drawing
You're
tablet
using
works
it.
so well.
Oh, that's pretty.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
All
So to
right.
answer the question, I think Dilma won't be good in Frontier Hunter just because he has a low hit count and he doesn't spark well. Well, he sparks well off someone, but somebody else can spark well off him. So that's a big problem. And you get points from sparking. So it's kind of counterproductive if you use a low hit count unit. Even though he has a really nice drop check, I still wouldn't use him in Frontier Hunter.
What would you use instead?
If you wanted to use an ignore defense unit, you should either go Raiden. Oh wait, we don't have ignore defense on Raiden yet.
Whoa,
Zephyr.
any day now.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah, Raiden would be my first choice, and then Zephyr, and then Lava, and then Dilma would be the last. I just wouldn't recommend using ignore defense on Frontier Hunter. It just isn't worth it in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well,
Unless it's Raiden.
I definitely believe the guy who's been grinding it out. So.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to kill.
All right. So this is Jamie and not Leon, right?
Yeah, this is me.
Yeah.
But
So
I don't know how already.
fail here. Everyone's like,
No, he made it past the first turn. You notice ain't Leon.
I'm not.
Leon, I hope you're listening.
I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do this without killing Jonah, because look how somehow I got her health pretty low, and usually I don't get it that low. Trying to see how to do this. Huh?
Hold back. Just use Felnius, 3 Douglas, and then
I just hope it doesn't kill her.
attack Gradens and Michelle on the rest of the one with the higher HP. That's how I do it. If you're trying to maximize points, using 3
Well, I'm also trying. Yeah, I'm trying to do a 3-turn kill. I just was worried about killing her.
Oh,
Okay, so,
you do have a weakness. I mean injury on you, so it helps. They're like trying to help you, like kill us
yeah,
later.
just guard until you get injury on everybody.
There we go. Then use BB now.
Maybe that's how they're getting the 3 mil. So, do we have any other questions?
Yeah, why do you suck?
I don't know.
It came out of nowhere. Oh god,
This is cold
this
as
is
ice.
gold, man.
All right, I'll answer that. I'll answer that for you, Bearded Knight Carl. Bearded Knight Carl was a very underprivileged child as he was growing up. He didn't have a whole lot, so he actually was one of those kids who were, like playing in the mud on the streets. And everyone, when you're walking down the street, your parents would usually say, "No, honey, just look the other way. You don't want to see that." And it was okay because he figured out how to basically fend for himself through that, and that's why he has the grizzly beard, because he never learned how to shave.
Oh god.
Now it's personal. You're talking about the beard.
Yeah.
Hashtag beard envy. Put it in the comments.
There you go. You'd get like 220 if you sparked well.
221,866.
Not bad.
How do you get that score? I never get that score from that stage.
You need to spark well.
Super Spark, yeah. Super Spark
And
Squad
then
can produce high
you need
points.
to squeeze as much weakness points as possible.
Okay, here's your fun mob, Trey.
Oh god, I hate that
Yeah.
mob.
Be careful,
On
man.
the first day, I was
If
was
they
trying
pick
my
one, it's
hardest.
over.
On the first day, I was trying my hardest to not kill Loden on turn 2, and I was just dying over and over again.
Oh, I was just reading the YouTube comments. Leon chimed in. I'm not going to say what he said because I'm trying to keep this somewhat clean. But let's just say it was good.
Okay.
What
I
the
have to go
fuck?
read.
Leon not happy that Bearded Knight Carl came in his nuts. Alright, we have some questions though.
Leon,
So
come on in with us. Come on and join us.
let's see here. Let's see. Mr. Mega Cookies. I'm kind of interested to know what Mega Cookies are. He wants to know who's better, Farlon or Luther?
Oh my god.
Is that a serious
Jamie's
question?
battle cry is better than.
Oh no, look at what they did to my Doug with 10k HP.
I can't tell. It just looks frozen to me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
frozen on
it's
mine
frozen
too.
to me too.
Okay, hopefully it'll update soon.
I'm
Oh,
glad he got 10,000
So,
HP.
what
It
was the
seems
question
like he
again?
was the
Sorry.
chosen one.
Yeah, so the question from Mr. Mega Cookies. Who is better, Farlon or Luther?
I'm gonna go with
why is it frozen?
loser.
Luther.
Yeah, just
Every
because
day of the
you
week.
can use him in questing Hunter x Hunter, and then when Zell Knight comes out, he'll be usable in Arena too. Basically, when Zell Knight comes out, almost anything will be usable in Arena.
That's true. I can vouch for that. Being able to get SBB by turn 2 is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why Zell Knight is such a sought after unit.
Mm-hmm.
What
Oh,
happened?
here's a question for 4 mana. This is by Isaiah Chi. What rank are you guys currently in Frontier Hunter?
Oh, me? Wait, I'm in a
I
run.
think you're in the
Can't see.
7,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I've been-
Yeah, if you want to refer to the rankings, you may actually see one of us.
Yeah, you definitely see 4 mana. I'm not that high up.
For people who are, I see a few people asking where to ask questions. If you have the actual live version up through Google Hangouts, there is a Q&A app that you're going to see a little button for. I believe it's in the top right. You're going to go ahead and click that and ask the questions there. If not, we'll try and get to the ones on YouTube when we actually see them. I don't have this refreshing live, so I'm going to have to keep going back and checking. But if you are looking to answer questions live, that is the easiest way if you just want to open this up through the Hangouts.
Okay, am I back up?
Let's see here. Yep.
Yeah, you up.
All right. Let's see here. Were there any other questions? Isaiah Chi also wants to know how high you've gotten as far as points with the last stage. That's Gra.
It's 100k, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100k.
100K.
Yeah, the highest
Yeah.
I've gotten is like 85, 86.
The highest that I got from Gra is 60k.
The highest I've got from Graw is, let's see, I have it written down somewhere. I write down
Look at
my runs.
Never have I ever game.
Ooh, my highest on Graw was 120k.
120.
Yep.
It's pretty impressive. Wait, did you just pull up a spreadsheet for that?
Every time I do a run, I write down all my numbers.
That's crazy.
That's
Dude, you should
I
see-
could never be that disciplined.
Dude, you should see my notepad from the last Frontier. Like, seriously, all 50-something, 60, whatever runs I had, you could see my score from every mob or whatever. If I didn't forget to write it down, everything. And, you know, what my score was before I ended, after bonuses, I write all that stuff down. So, and I compare how I, you know, just from run to run, I compare, kind of see what I did, like, wrong or how can I improve.
That's impressive. I'm too impatient for that. I get too impatient with Frontier Hunter as it is, where like I can't keep running the same damn thing over and over. So I'll do speed runs and stuff like that. But I couldn't imagine writing down too. That would be.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Loden's gonna die. Yep, I already see that happening. He's about to die. There's no way to hold back
If
on
I
this.
did what Jamie did, I'd be in jail for deforestation.
Okay,
Better
here we
hope
go.
they don't pick one.
You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. Heck, Zephyr might die too. I'm just gonna change the order.
Use attack elixir.
I did.
Okay.
Because it's like, because since I don't have much water, Aisha's health is really hard to get down. She's tanky.
Yeah.
Okay, Zephyr, don't die.
Do you
Don't die.
kill Lodin on turn 2?
Yeah, he's dead. He's already dead.
Okay. Yeah, that's how I do it too, but I don't use items.
Okay, so we have a question here for Mofo.
Yeah.
This is from Sins of Taga. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. 670. Why does Mofo sound so much like GSP?
Georgia
What's
St.
GSP?
Pierre. Georgia St. Pierre.
Yeah, same PA.
Not familiar, sorry.
Yeah.
You don't watch MMA?
Yeah, I'm 15, sorry.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but I'm glad you did.
Damn it, Aisha.
It's the mic.
So yeah, why do you sound like
It's all the
that
mic.
guy?
Uh-oh, she
That
chose
was
Douglas.
Stop it, Aisha.
She was choosing Douglas.
Yeah.
Yeah, she don't like that.
Okay.
Let me ask you guys, are you guys going for like the no item bonus too? I have no idea. Like I said, I haven't been participating.
I always go for the no item bonus if I
Okay,
can.
will you do that over maybe say, I don't know, like what instances will you have to give in and use an item?
If a unit is probably about to die.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I just let my units die. If they don't, then I'm lucky.
So you're saying use
seriously.
the survivor bonus and still keep the 20,000 per round?
Yeah, you might not lose the survival bonus. That's it. You basically just gamble.
Okay.
You know what? I do this too much. It doesn't even matter.
Okay, makes sense though. Question here from Chandler. I'm not going to say the last name right, so I'm not even going to bother. Which is better, Lancia or LMO? I think it's LMO. Anyone want to back him up?
Mm-hmm.
LMO. Hands down.
I go with Elmo.
I'll go for element 2.
Yeah, just by the name, it's Wise Mage LMO, and then a Chef Lancia. Lancia's like cooking for LMO or something like that.
So in other words, if you're hungry, Lancia. If you
Yeah.
want to know some shit real quick, LMO.
Yeah, definitely.
Got it.
Bada boom,
That's how
bada
it
bing.
works. No, in all seriousness,
If you're going to put it like that, do you want, for example, if you're going to pick a girl, do you want to be lectured or do you want to be get
Good.
There's no
food?
question there.
because I want my stomach filled.
Who's
Not
gonna win every time? Listen, it's just that's not even a question. If I have to rely on a girl for anything, it better damn well be dinner.
Yep.
or sandwiches.
Ooh, injury.
Well,
Man, I keep wanting to say what Leon's saying, and I just have to keep.
Yeah, Leon.
I'll edit this
like
one.
Ultra
How's that
powder
sound?
mouth.
He says, "This is a question for Mofo. Wake the blank up, son." That's
I
good,
need
though.
my espresso, yo.
You need like 2 espressos. I kind of want to see. No one saw this. I think this was before we actually went live. But Mofo had a nice little cover over his head because he was not ready to face the world yet.
It's like, mommy.
How much is the no items bonus?
20k.
Yeah, it's 20K per round.
20K. Huh. Well, I might not use the
It's
attack
double.
potion this time.
It's double from and only has 10k.
See, I don't think I use any items. Oh no,
You
I
know what's
didn't.
funny is
Crap, I
in
did.
end when you 1 turn kill you get 30k, and when you 3 turn kill you get 10k. In Terminus, when you 1 turn kill you get 50k, and when you 3 turn kill that's 30k. It's pretty dumb in my opinion. Why not just give 80k or 100k for 1 turn kill, because it's really hard to do.
All right. Well, building off of Isaiah Chi's question earlier, he actually wants to know how he can get higher than high score against Gra at the end. He says that he usually gets 60k.
Well, you have like 2 options. It's either you you 3-turn kill him, which is instantly an instant 30k, or you can go for the longer route and keep sparking well and keep applying elemental weakness.
Okay.
Either way, you can't go for the what do you call this? You can't go for the no items used because he's really hard if you don't use items.
Hang on a second,
This
guys. Have we already discussed about the Victorious Hunter tournament? The
Touched
one that
on it. Didn't really
the
go into
rewards
We didn't
that
really
they
go
detail.
into it, though.
What's that?
Huh? The rewards that
What
they
victories?
use with the
Oh, like
H.
the victory points?
You guys wanna discuss that a little bit?
Carl?
I don't know a lot about it. I haven't been keeping up with Frontier Hunter. Anyone who has is welcome
I
to
have.
answer that.
Yes, I'm not really doing
If you
much
wanna
right
show
now.
my screen, I have it on my screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I gotta find you now. There we go. You wanna zoom in a little? Oh, never mind. You can see the lower ones, I guess. Actually, yeah, if you could zoom in a little bit more.
You wanna zoom?
There we go. Whoa!
There you go. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we can go to the spheres later.
Damn it, Tala.
basically the HR5 players would be getting a little extra from Gumi.
Hmm. Now these are okay. Interesting.
Yep.
So, if anything, I mean, even if you don't plan on using a Royal Aegis, if you're able to accomplish one, that's at least that's like kind of like a trophy. You know what I mean? You can like if you have that in your inventory, you can be like, look, I made it to the top 3 in Frontier Hunter this season or one season.
Yeah.
That's kind of
I
pretty
lost a
impressive.
lot of. It basically says I lost a lot of sleep and my finger.
I
Yeah.
I
burned
hurt my
a
finger
crap
over that.
ton of gems. Well, either way, you know, you're still
But
getting.
remember, kids, you you can't buy a new set of fingers with gems. So don't try
That's
it at
true.
home. Oh god.
So do you guys support it, or it's just for bragging rights?
Bragging
Basically.
rights.
Yep. Bragging right.
Unless it's the only spheres that I could see being usable here is Bloody Scythe and
Yeah.
Bindstone.
Yeah.
Because
Blood
for
side.
Bloody Scythe, you can use that as an auxiliary sphere when the dual spheres come out, and it it helps you inflict injury. I think, yeah, injury, which is pretty huge in my opinion.
Helps
Mofa,
you.
I'm confused. There's a thing there that says click here and you haven't clicked it yet. It's clearly telling you to click there.
You want me to click here?
Kind of disappointed.
Oh,
Oh, that's the support tab.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bargain.
All right, no, go download the game. You know what? I was gonna mention that as far as like grinding for the top 11. I kind of like that they put this in there, but I only like it in the fact that now you can have proof that you made it to a top spot. In other words, like before, it was like, I mean, can anyone tell me right now on the spot who got second place last Frontier Hunter?
Nope.
a
Nope.
nerd.
Nobody knows. No one has
Nobody
any
remembers
idea.
second place.
Now we're all guessing that it was Karaza that got first, but can anyone confirm that? Does anyone
no,
remember like checking
Coraza
when
didn't
everything was
get
said and
first.
done and saying, did Karaza get first?
No, Coraza didn't get first last
Yeah,
season.
who did?
I don't know, some guy.
Exactly. So my thing is like you're gonna get forgotten, which kind of takes away from the whole like, oh man, I really need to grind for first. But like now you have something that you can actually show for it. In other words, you can say like, yeah, I got first place. Look, I got the stuff to prove it. So I think it's kind of an interesting way of validating your hard work, even if it's only in trophies.
Hey, Trey, your other favorite mob.
Yeah, buddy. Can't stand it. If they point the finger, it's a wrap.
All right, let's see if we have any other questions here. Okay, Dark Arena Squad. 3 6-star Lunaris SBB, 1 Anima Breaker. 1 Anima, 2 Breaker. Breaker Alice, 6-star SBB, and Oracle Lyra, 6-star. Is this good or not? Preparing for the Dark Arena comp. So we're looking at 3 6-star Lunaris.
For your other favorite.
We're looking at Alice, 6-star, and Lyra, 6-star. Is that going to be good enough to survive in the Dark Arena?
I think,
To an extent.
well, Lunaris is pretty beefy.
Yeah, I was going to say, having high attackers like that, 2 of them are Breaker, I'm going to say that you're going to be pretty okay as far as taking out enemy units.
Oh, you ass.
I told you.
What?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about what we were doing. I was
Sorry.
like, oh,
They just targeted one of the services.
I was like, Lunaris. He's like, oh, you ass.
Maybe Jamie likes Lunaris ass.
Well, there goes my survival bonus.
About that question, I think any kind of high attacker would be good in any arena setting.
Yeah. Just go
Just
for high
because you go
attack,
first.
Masamune or Angelic Foil.
Yeah,
You're
if
good
you
for
have
that.
like a you have like an angelic foil, and then you have it on like a 2k attack unit, and you get a lucky crit, one guy is definitely gonna die. Except if you have a resistance, elemental resistance.
Pretty much.
2 units on one guy, that's dead. And basically, that's how it goes. The most efficient teams at the moment right now in Arena are the ones that can kill 2 units on turn 1 and still have what do you call this? Still have BB up on turn 2.
Yep.
They're pretty good defensively as well, because sometimes there was one certain arena that I ran, arena battle that I ran. I was against Burr, I think. I killed 2 of his guys, and then he killed 3 of mine on his
Ouch.
first turn.
With only 3 people?
Yeah,
Yeah.
luckily I still won because of a brave burst. But I was so surprised.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. Like, I think that's something I see a lot in Japanese version too, where you see, like, higher damage teams actually coming out on top because they can do just that thing, and they can actually tank some damage too. Especially with statims involved, you're talking about defenses that are way higher than anything you're seeing here, and you think you're going to be able to KO units with just regular attacks, and then you're sitting there like, damn, I didn't take anybody out that turn. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're going to have those beefy defenses along with the high attacks.
Yeah, well, the thing is with a Japanese version is they already have the double spheres, and you can equip Heaven Sword, which is basically the upgrade for Angelic Foil, which gives 75% attack for 2 turns, and then gives a 15% crit alongside that.
Hey, Pat.
And you can have another Havoc Axe equipped.
Hey, Pat, take a look at my screen. Look
Yeah.
at this.
Did he use Hollow? No.
No
Did he
wonder
use
you
Hollow?
be getting the
No,
devil.
he didn't.
He didn't. Well, that's the problem.
You like right at the border.
If he used Hollow, he would be okay to lower his HP after his name. But if he didn't, you should lower his HP just before his name ends. Just before the start of his name, I mean.
What hollow?
The Hollow Finale.
Uh,
His move that reduces BD.
The one
Yeah,
that really hurts.
yeah. Graw's about to die if I do the wrong thing.
This is so.
Yeah, just lower his HP just before the start of his name. Then kill him from there. That's how I do it.
Sorry, it might, no, but he's gonna use it after. He's gonna use it once I bring him under 50, though, isn't he?
Yeah, that's why when you lower him below 50, he's gonna use it once. And if you lower him after the start of his name, like much lower than that, he's gonna use it twice. That's what we're trying to avoid.
You know, I was thinking, do you think there's any chance that the people who got those really, really high single scores, do you think there's any chance that they're using something like a healer in their squad along with Olo?
Probably not. I think Burr had his 2 million almost score with Bordibigia, Felnius, and 3 Douglas. Was that right? I kind of forgot.
Either way, an interesting composition.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Ah, perfect.
I don't know how.
Good.
Mofo is screen sharing the hangout, so I'm watching him watching us.
Well, that's creepy.
It's
That sounded
Hangouts. So yeah, the biggest problem here is you need to kill him from there. If not, he's gonna use it again,
Yeah,
and
and
it's gonna be bad if you're out of potions.
he's not gonna die.
Yeah, he's not.
Ah!
Or not.
Ah! Got him.
All right, good
Nice.
job.
Leon, are you taking pointers?
Wow!
Stinging him again.
Damn. I think we need to have Leon in here so he can defend himself. Plus, he needs to come in for his weekly summon so he can go ahead and summon something good.
Let's bring him in. Well, how much time do we have? Is there even enough? Is there enough time to try bring him in?
Well, the main show already ended. We're just hanging out.
Oh, I didn't even know it stopped.
Oh, we're still live.
Yeah, we are. We're just hanging out with the viewers or something.
Yep.
So, do we still have questions?
I'm still looking for more. Let me see if I can find anything.
Excuse me. Can anyone check the YouTube?
I am. I'm waiting for his angry comments.
You're really provoking him, huh?
Let's see here. Oscar Barron wants to know, I do not have any Douglas, but I have the rest. Who can I use to replace him?
Ooh.
Ooh,
That's a tough
what
one.
do you have then? It's
Yeah.
like the rest. What?
I'm guessing the rest
A
of
really big question.
the same thing as Jamie's squad that he just had up.
He had three
Oh,
bucks
yes.
though.
I'm guessing he has
He's-
Michelle.
Saren, then Saren could do.
If you have an
Yeah, Sarah-
Animasarin, that better be an Animasarin though.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
problem with Saren though, you need what do you call this? You need Zelban or who's the lion guy? I forgot. Oh, Luron. You
Luron.
need Zelban or Luron in order to help the Saren survive. I tried it without Zelban or Luron. Loden touched one of my Sarens and it instantly died.
He squeezed on her and that was
It's like bzz, bzz. Then, oh.
it.
Mm.
Wow. Did you guys see this Google Plus Hangouts?
Sir,
What are you talking about?
That's a plus button.
Wait, what are you looking at?
I'm playing with the Google Hangouts
You're talking about.
link.
there's an
That's an
applause
applause.
button.
Yeah.
Oh, there's an
Clap, clap,
applause
clap,
button.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, that's sweet.
Use this if Leon's going to like run something. You can use this button.
Okay.
How about the other one? Is that Moo?
Yeah.
So my rank is 1729, and that's off of free.
Man, we're getting closer and closer to becoming a real radio show.
yeah, it's getting there. So on my drops. All right, so let's see here. Did we get any word from maybe getting Leon in here for the summons? Because I do want to at least get the summons out of the way.
I PM'd him on Facebook.
Oh, I just
He's
realized
not
that. Yeah, the
replying.
rates are up still for the 6 stars.
Mm-hmm.
When does it end? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 23:59 PST.
That's 4 a.m. for you guys. I
Yep.
think. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
4 a.m. It's 4 p.m. for us. And then, are we going to have what do you call this? Are we going to have the next batch immediately? Because I really
No.
want to evolve
Probably
my
not.
Ayut.
7. I think it's going to be 11 on the 21st.
Oh, okay.
11 a.
11.
11 p.m. for you guys.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm looking here in the Q&A. Let's see here. Sensataga 670 does also say, did you guys know that Gra changes elements? When he uses Curse Blue Slash, he becomes Water, Ignite Heaven, he becomes Fire, Lightning, Volcano, he becomes Thunder, Ground Rock, he becomes Earth.
Yes, I do. I learned that the hard way.
Dude, for mana, you don't say it.
Yeah.
You don't say it as the hard way. You say it as the Leon way.
Seriously,
We gotta get Leon in here. He can't defend himself
Yeah,
out there.
seriously taking a beating today.
Bashing him in, man.
Beating.
Not even gonna know what hit him.
Oh God.
All right. Well, while we're trying to figure out if we can get him in, do we want to at least start the summons?
Yeah, we could do that.
I'm going.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just finishing my last run.
All right. Well, I have Blackula up here, so why don't we get his going?
Ooh.
Yeah. What do you wait? All right. What are you looking for? What do you need?
I have everything.
No, you do.
This is just
I don't need
That was
anything.
like the perfect response. What do you need? I have everything.
All right, here we go.
It's gonna be Oracle.
Shut up.
Haters.
I don't like this. Yellow door.
It's gonna break.
Red door. Okay.
Oracle
I
Thunderbird.
rub the door.
Rub it in, baby.
Just rub it in.
Ooh, another Elliot. Anima, please. Anima, please. Another breaker. It's my third breaker, Elliot.
How do you feel about that?
It's not Anima.
Okay.
But I am raising a breaker Elliot anyway. His breaker stats are actually very good. Very good.
Yeah. How many Alyuts are you gonna raise?
One. I only
Just
need one.
Wow.
Just
that's
one.
impressive.
Just
Wow.
one.
That's
I only need
new.
one.
That's new.
That's definitely new.
There
I
can
was
only be
expecting like.
one.
Well, I mean, I still have other units that I can do multiple of. Like, I still, where is it? I was asking you guys, Guardian or Anima Ramna, and I did the Anima one, and we're talking about how bad her defense is. So it's like,
Yeah.
See, if I wanted to, where is she? Oh, I passed it up. I could just click on this, and then evolve this one as well.
That is the Guardian one, huh?
Well, no, they was like, you should go Anima. Okay, I went Anima. Well, you know what? The dungeons are still open. What the hey? Let's do it. Do it. Ooh. Yeah, the totem dungeon's getting reopened tomorrow. Then I gotta get some more fire parts. Let's do it. Just for the hell of it.
Totem's gonna reopen tomorrow?
Yep.
Yeah, they got a beginners campaign event going on where they're gonna be opening all the dungeons up for a little while on different days.
Oh, speaking of the news, Blackula, we have an Amazon Flash sale.
Yes. 25% off coins. I will be getting some coins.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have a question here from Winnie Wang. Would it be okay to bring both Olu and Dalvin Shell in the same squad for Maxwell?
Nope.
That's kind of redundant.
Overdoing it.
Yeah, you only need one or the other.
I'm guessing his idea is to always have the damage mitigation up every turn.
Well, I mean,
But,
with
yeah.
the fact that you have Darvin Shaw, he can attack, so it's like, I guess it would work in that case, since he's still a strong attacker.
Yeah, but
you're not losing out on attack because he, you know.
the thing is, you'd still have to replace some. It's not that you're replacing someone with Dalvin Shell. You're replacing someone with Olu at that point.
Yeah,
And you have to figure if you're going to be replacing somebody, you're going to be replacing an attacker, and on top of that, it could be a utility unit that you could be using for other things that
like Vishra,
get Dalvin Shell's BB up every turn,
like Vishra,
and also still attack.
Yep.
Louis Lau wants to know, is it true that all the characters in the trials are all just chances?
No.
No.
Not true at all.
Okay.
Don't know who told you
It's
that, but they're a damn liar.
No. It's a recurring. It's like it blew up just a few days ago.
All right, so look at
There's
look
like-
at this. Look at this.
Holy shit.
There's like this new employee who kind of misfired
Whoops.
sending an email.
Oh, can't even do it.
It said like, sorry, the chances of trial units are not 100%. And then the picture kind of got viral.
Wow. Whoops. By the way, I needed to bring this up because I was just thinking about it. Blackula, you were just saying you were hurting for Zell, right?
I'm gonna make it up.
Why the hell would you evolve Ramna? When you already have one evolved, you haven't even maxed her out yet. You were considering whether you even wanted to bother, and you just evolved another one.
Which type? Oh, no, I was gonna do one anyway. It was just a type.
Zell means nothing to you. It must be nice to have deep pockets.
Well, okay, we got an awesome new stage now, so it's like I can get 100k Zell a turn, so I can get that in 5. I can get that back.
I completely forgot we were doing summons, and we're on to the next person. Who's next?
All you do is summon.
All right. One of these days, you're going to figure out how to actually share your screen, too, so that we can see what you're doing. Then again, maybe we don't want to see what you're doing, because I'm kind of worried. Because you get so quiet over there, and then all of a sudden it's just like, huh, what? No, nothing.
It's better if
I think I heard, Mom, get out!
Where is my Zephyr?
Alright, it's a yellow door.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm listening
sure-
to my
you sure it
radio.
wasn't
I have
Silver?
no idea.
Well, I actually didn't get her when she was new. I got Themis?
What type?
Lord.
I'm actually using Temus for Maxwell. She's gonna be my primary healer.
I got she's Lord.
That's fine.
That works. Alright, who's up next?
I can go.
Oh man, my iTools ain't working.
Uh-oh.
I upgraded to iOS 8. Maybe that's a problem.
That's it. The dreaded
That junk is buggy as crap.
Apple users. Okay.
Says the guy. Wait, don't you run? Are you Android or Amazon? I forget.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm Android that is using Amazon.
Oh, I was gonna say because there were so many problems with Amazon earlier.
Oh yeah. I'm probably sleeping when that happened.
All right. So what are you looking for here? What do you need? Don't say nothing.
No, I don't know. Maybe Gribe.
Scribe. Yeah, that would be kind of nice, especially since we found out that his
Yep.
Hit check.
yeah, his hit check is pretty high.
Yeah. Zephyr.
Okay.
It's not bad.
It's
Yeah.
funny, like it's funny how we're like expecting something out of the rates up, and then we get something from the rates up.
Anima. Well, here's the thing with that. Like, there's a lot of people right now who are actually trying to get Zephyr, and are really pissed that they haven't yet when they're trying to summon, and they've maybe summoned like 12 times and still haven't gotten any of the new units, and you got one off the first pull, and it was Anima. So technically, you should be really, really happy, if nothing else, for the
I've
fact that
already
other people
provided
are really pissed right
The Lord one. That means I have to go all through the trouble again.
Yep. All right, Trey, you're up.
Can you see my screen at all?
I can.
Let's see. Trey. Where is it?
Yeah, buddy.
There you are.
All right, let's do this. See what we can pull in here. All right, I'm hoping for a Philly because I ain't got her.
Okay.
This is about the only reason. All right, so this is
Uh-oh.
gonna break. Let me put some lotion on it, like Jamie. Yeah.
Oh god, that sounds so wrong. Yeah.
It's like Reddit night.
Hey, that cocoa butter, huh?
It's grown men.
Ah,
Putting
another
lotion.
Ramna.
Ramna.
Another one of this one. All right, I haven't leveled one yet, so hopefully I get a good type. Let's see. All right. I'm all right.
Anima.
Anima, there you go.
Oh, it's an
I'm all
anime.
right with that.
It's an
I
anima kind of
remember.
day.
I'm probably gonna end up leveling this one since her recovery is already ridiculously high anyway.
Mm-hmm.
My Ramna's breaker.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Don't want that.
Going down
Yeah.
from a breeze in the wind. How about you, Foreman? Are you ready?
Yeah, but I don't have a screen up though.
Don't you
Just
dare
gonna...
touch my
Well, that's not fair. Fine, I'll go to
Well,
my
yeah.
screen for now.
Come on, Loden.
My iTools is broken. So...
Yay.
Oh,
Hmm.
sorry.
I think you just don't want to show off.
Come on, Lunaris. Ah, you suck. Shit.
And
That's
it's an Ophelia. Oh my god, what
I'm
type is it?
dead. I'm dead.
If this is anima, I'm gonna be so sad.
Oracle. Oracle.
I
Or-
hate you.
Anima, wait, 1 second.
Oracle.
Wait, who's summoning?
He just summoned an Ophelia. Oh, hold on a second.
What type
Oh
is
my
it?
god!
What
I
type
just
is it?
raised anima. I just raised mine to
Oh,
6-star.
you just raised one?
Ah.
Yeah, to 6-star.
Wow.
Oh man.
Whoops. Oh well. There's always next time.
Well, hey,
least I have an animal
if you don't
feeling.
have the Evo match, you can always go to the Vortex and get him.
Wow,
I'm
it's
not
really
complaining.
an anime night tonight, eh?
Seems that way.
But
Alright.
she's gonna have to wait
Alright,
until
Chris,
the
have
end.
you
Hunter,
summoned
Hunter.
yet?
No.
Are you ready to summon?
Mine still has what's her face on there.
You might want
What's
to
her
exit
face?
and exit and restart or something.
Why? I don't
Yeah,
care.
that's not
I don't
right.
need computers.
Oh, it doesn't affect just
Yeah, I don't think it affects it. I
visual.
think it's just the banner. Alright. Please don't suck.
I hope it sucks.
I know you do. But it's because you have your own problems to deal with, and you like to drag them down with you.
What is it with people and sucking?
Come on,
Phoenix.
Themis.
Famous.
Wow.
What
I
type?
actually have not raised any Themis yet, so.
Breaker.
Oh my god, don't.
Anima, what's up?
Sweet. That's what type mine is.
I'll take it.
That's
Now here's a question: will you be using her for Maxwell?
Probably not. I already have my Maxwell squads ready to go, which is probably why I haven't been putting a lot of effort into the game lately, because that was the only thing I needed left to prepare for. Now I just concentrate on new releases. Whenever there's a new release, I'll do whatever needs to be done with that. But otherwise, like, my level hasn't moved in days. I'm pretty sure I've been like around the same level for the past few days.
Yeah, you have.
But that's fine because I'm trying to save on gems and everything like that, like with school and everything. I don't have a whole lot of time to put into the game anyway, so I'm just trying to save on gems so that I can worry about getting Zell Knight's batch when they come out, and then I'll go from there. And kind of just trying to stay current with the other releases. But this is definitely a good pickup for me because I don't have an anima version of her.
Wow. You and Carl really are friends, eh? You both pulled the thing.
All right, Mofo, you're the Vishra guru here. His super brave burst. It says it also increases field rate for 3 turns, but there's like nothing in the raw data that indicates that.
Yeah.
Is that a mistake in this description?
No, it's
That I
all by
don't-
heart.
I haven't
You
tested.
need to
for
believe.
Huh?
that. I haven't
You
tested.
need to
for
believe.
Vishal don't get no love.
Well, he's one of the like very key components to my Maxwell, my primary Maxwell squad.
For the leader skill?
No,
Or
no, no,
for
no,
what
no, no,
else?
no. He is going to be working in tandem with Reese to
Reese.
create the Lily Matter effect.
Yeah, while we're waiting for more questions and while you have that up, why don't you go over your Maxwell squad, just because you have such a different strategy compared to a lot of different people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I will just actually bring out my Maxwell squad since I already have it. I have all three of my squads set out, so come on. All right, this is my squad number 1. Reese is my leader, and I have her 1 for status immunity. And the first half of creating the Lily Matter effect, as I like to call it, her leader skill also fills your BB gauge when the enemy attacks you. 1 to 2 battle crystals. Vishra, I have him to work, like I said, work in tandem with Reese, because whenever Vishra casts his Super Brave Burst, he also has your BB gauge fill when getting attacked, and his is 1 to 3 battle crystals, and they do stack. So whenever Vishra casts his Super Brave Burst, I have a chance of getting 2 BC to 5 BC every time the enemy attacks me. And that's actually equivalent to Lily Matter's 5-star leader skill, and not too far off from her 6-star, which is 3 to 6. So my hope is that since the enemy gets to attack so many times in a row, I'm really hoping that, it uses a lot of like AoE attacks, or if it's going to target one, I hope it targets Vishra so he can keep using his Super Brave Burst to keep that going, Loden is there also, not only as a strong attacker because of his high attack, but also for his Super Brave Burst to help with the BC fill, because, his Super Brave Burst is 5 BC over 3 turns, so that's over 3 turns, another 15, and that's for everybody. So regardless of if someone's attacked or not, that's 15 right there just from him over 3 turns. One of my primary attackers, of course, is Lilith with her Super Brave Burst, and I have Timus as my primary healer, because I do have a feeling we're going to get her 6-star before Maxwell. So I don't have Tree on this team because I don't need Tree, since I have Reese as my leader. I will be taking along an Alu friend, preferably a Guardian Alu friend, and I'm also hoping by the time Maxwell drops, hoping that we get the Spirit Frogs, because I really think we're going to need those.
Yeah, it would be nice if we could get some Sphere Frogs in here before everything happens, because I mean that would make all the difference in being able to complete that, and then also if we could get the stat imps, that would make it a lot easier to clear, just because you wouldn't have to worry about units going down so easily. Because let me tell you, I mean there's a lot of things that hit pretty hard in there, so it's something you really have to be prepared for. It's not like the previous fights where you can just run in and have a strategy in mind and just do it. Unless you have everything exactly down and you're ready to count those turns, it's going to be pretty difficult for you.
Imagine Maxwell without that, without Sphere Frogs and Stat Imps.
It'd be retarded.
Yeah.
Like we like seriously need those. Like I was just watching old videos, and in Japan, Maxwell came after Frontier Hunter 7, and Japan got the stat amps and the Sphere Frogs before Frontier Hunter 7, because I was looking at some Frontier Hunter 7 vids from Japan, and I noticed that they had dual spheres. So, I mean, hopefully Gumi is going to, they've already kind of broke rank as far as releases, giving us Michelle early, so I'm hoping they don't do something similar and they bring Maxwell early. I'm hoping they just kind of still wait a while and they bring out this other content first that we seriously need for this fight before giving us Maxwell.
Yeah, let's hope so. Alright, well, I think we're winding down here on time. We actually pretty much hit our mark. Maybe even over. I completely forget what time we started, so I don't really remember. But I think we covered everything we needed to cover, and we did our summons and all that good stuff. Unfortunately, Leon couldn't join us for his fail of the week, but that's okay, because I'm sure there'll be many more, so we'll worry about that some other time. So, Trey, thanks so much for coming with us today. Really appreciate
Absolutely.
you tagging along. And for Mana, Blackula, Mofo, and that other guy, take it easy, guys.